Vladimir Putin worked for many years in Russia's Federal Security Service before climbing the political ladder and becoming president. Putin, of all people, has an appreciation for the necessity of heightened protection. Because he is a man with many enemies, he has beefed up the Presidential Security Service during his time in office. Though the organization is necessarily secretive, Putin employs 2,000 to 3,000 plainclothes officers to guard him at any given time. They secure buildings that he is scheduled to enter and work around the clock to mitigate any threats to his safety. Today, we're looking at Vladimir Putin's insane security. First of all, those lucky enough to be enlisted in Putin's personal army are often rewarded for their efforts. Putin understands how difficult it is to start from the bottom and work your way to the top. That's why he supports his Federal Protective Services officers. Since 2016, 4 FSO officers from his personal guard have been appointed regional governors, making the unusual leap from the shadows into public life. A 5th became head of the newly formed National Guard. Another was elevated in 2013 to a post in the Defense Ministry, where he commanded special forces and reportedly oversaw the operation to annex Crimea in 2014. In 2016, he became governor of the Tula region, an arms industry center south of Moscow. It was a little bit like the butler was suddenly made a duke, says Mark Galeotti, an expert on the Russian security services. These officers are Putin's constant companions, and he enjoys their company. They often serve as his travel buddies, and even as his personal cooks. This also gives them an opportunity to rub elbows with the Russian elite. However, critics say that these bodyguards have been rewarded with land and unimaginable wealth, often forcing people out of their homes to accommodate massive mansions. Some of the people forced off their land were decorated World War II veterans, whom the Soviet Union had promised lifetime employment and pensions. But in the newly independent Russian Federation, there could be no such guarantees. During the 1990s, these workers say, a small clique of powerful businessmen and criminals used manipulation, forgery, intimidation, and even beatings to seize their land. Because Russia doesn't work the way most countries do, these security guards actually have their own company called ATEX. This company has billions of dollars in total assets. Putin saves no expense when it comes to his protection. His unit has armored cars, drones, and even a dedicated psychological security unit that collects intelligence regarding any perceived threat either at home or abroad. He turned heads when he was photographed leaving a bathroom in Paris, surrounded by 6 security guards. Apparently, Putin values security over privacy, and it's clear that Putin has a very intimate relationship with his handlers. It's also important to note that Putin's security force has roots going back to the KGB, the Soviet Secret Service. Their training is grueling and extensive. Past exercises include diving to the bottom of Lake Baikal and learning to fly a fighter jet. Sometimes these officers are dressed in suits, looking like a cliched image of a security guard, but many times they are dressed in plain clothes, mingling in the crowd, unknown to all those around them. And of course, Putin needs to look good as he tours around the world, so he fitted a limousine to be bomb-proof. The limousine has been a feature of Mr. Putin's overseas visits since May 2018. He is said to have personally instigated a project to design a Russian-built car, rather than relying on foreign brands such as Mercedes, as he had done previously. The result was Urus, a new brand that is hoping to become an Eastern rival to Rolls-Royce, and which is making inroads in the Middle East. The car is one of a fleet that cost $192 million to develop, which has been in production since 2012, and manufacturers hope to launch an entire brand off the publicity around it. And while the Senat can be bought by wealthy customers, Mr. Putin's version has been specially adapted. His Senat can withstand sniper fire and chemical gas attacks, and also has advanced communications equipment installed, making it a command center on wheels. 2 of the 4 seats in the back are retractable, and for extra security, occupants who wish to close the car's window curtains are still able to see what is happening outside the vehicle in real time via live CCTV footage aired on internal screens. An emergency exit is also built into the rear of the car. The presidential cortege is covered in armored plating and weighs a total of 6 tons. The car runs on a 6.6-liter V12 engine with a reported horsepower of 860, according to its manufacturers, but media outlets have estimated more modest specs. And then there's Putin's legendary airplane. While on the outside it looks largely the same as the basic model, inside the cabin is lavishly decorated with dripping tapestries and gold accents. The furniture and interior decor are finished in the neoclassical style, and the planes are equipped with a spacious office, a bedroom, and a gym. Putin's jet is capable of hitting speeds of up to 560 miles per hour and was made by the Voronezh Aircraft Production Association. The plane has 87 phones and a video teleconference system, so the president can address the nation on board. It is outfitted with military technology and has classified communications gear and defenses in case it is attacked by a missile. It can even refuel in mid-air, allowing it to theoretically stay airborne indefinitely. Unsurprisingly, the price of this aircraft was $5.2 billion. It is well documented that Russia is willing to break the rules in order to get what it desires. Putin proved that recently when it was revealed that the Secret Service was releasing fake GPS signals. Researchers at a Washington-based think tank have noticed that a funny thing happens whenever Putin gets too close to a harbor. The GPS of the ships moored there go haywire, placing them many miles away on the runways of nearby airports. According to a new report by security experts with the group C4ADS, the phenomenon suggests that Putin travels with a mobile GPS spoofing device, and, more broadly, that Russia is manipulating global navigation systems on a scale far greater than previously understood. C4ADS says spoofing has affected 1,311 commercial ships in and around Russian waters since February 2016. C4ADS detected at least 7,910 instances where victim vessels located outside of Russian territorial waters fell victim to GNSS spoofing activity, potentially posing a risk to maritime navigational safety, the group says in its report. However, the recent outbreak of COVID-19 has proven to be a serious test for Putin's leadership. Many people believe that the freedoms that the government took away from its citizens, such as meeting publicly, will continue after the virus is eradicated. His critics believe that he is building some sort of a police state, modeled after the Soviet Union. In this world, he will wield absolute power, and his security forces will become the new leaders of his fully centralized government. Of course, this is only speculation. No one is sure how the future will unfold. The only certain thing is that Vladimir Putin is one of the world's most protected individuals. His legions of highly trained staff and impressive technological assets make him virtually impossible to harm.